All right. Hello. 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 Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Welcome. I'm sorry I was not on yesterday, although I did say I was not going to be on yesterday. But I realized that today I realized that I didn't actually tweet or say anything. I just said it during the stream, so some people might have missed it. So that was my bad. I'll try to make sure I actually say something next time, like off stream, so that way people can know. But I didn't plan to stream yesterday because the internet was still kind of shit. I wanted to make sure that I had some kind of hope that it would work well, which I do today. Should hopefully be working. I might talk about that a little bit later. But what is up, Gabby, Fluffkins, Anima? If you're still here, hello. Lewis, hello, hello, welcome everybody. It is going all right. I'm hopeful that the internet will work. If the internet works today, everything's going pretty well. Honestly, not having a bad day. Should be all good. We'll see. If the internet sucks, I'm gonna be kind of frustrated, but I'll try not to be as frustrated as I was the last couple streams. And the last couple streams, I definitely could feel my mood being kind of shit, and I wasn't really happy with that, and I apologize. Yeah, I just need to take a step back and like try and not cheer myself up, but just not be as down about it. Because while it does suck, it's not the end of the world, right? It's not that big of a deal. It's just frustrating because I used the stream to relax, have a good time, and I just really felt like it was ruining it, and it was frustrating me. And I thought it would work after I tried to fix it the first time, and then it didn't. So it's just really frustrating. And I thought it would be a big hassle, but honestly, if it works today, there was no complaints. The people that I talked to, the ISP people, they were honestly really helpful and got it resolved pretty swiftly if it works today. If it doesn't work today, then I got something else to say. But honestly, I was really pleasantly surprised. Everybody was really nice. Everybody seemed to know what they were talking about. Everybody seemed to acknowledge that there was a problem. I think I did provide pretty good information though. I explained like exactly when the problem started happening. I explained what the problem was. I did troubleshooting on my end to make sure it wasn't my stuff, and they were able to identify that there was a problem when I called them after last stream, and they were like, "Yeah, okay, we can see that there's a problem, and we'll get somebody out to fix it." And when the person did come here to fix it, I think that was yesterday. They they were like, yeah, we can. There was some shit that was kind of busted. And they said they replaced some stuff, fixed some stuff, changed some stuff. Hopefully, should be all good. And honestly, while speed doesn't really matter because Twitch is like locked to bitrate, like my internet's perfectly fine speed wise. I never have any issues with speed, and I'm gonna be honest. Most people value speed way too highly. There's very little times that you need more than like a good amount of internet. Like going higher than it really doesn't do anything. Like unless you're streaming to a platform like YouTube where it lets you like do higher bitrate, it doesn't really matter. Like I mean, unless you're trying to see like 4K movies or like you're trying to stream in 4K, which again Twitch doesn't let you do. Um, Maybe uploading like very high quality videos, that could be a thing. But I mean, again, that just sits and does it in the background. You don't really need to do it quickly. I mean, I don't know. I feel like people overvalue internet speed a lot. As long as it's consistent and it's a good speed, you really don't need more than that. My internet speed's usually fine, but the reason I started talking about that is because after the technician showed up and fixed stuff, I can tell that it's faster. Like just opening website seems to just be snappy, which is really nice. But again, that doesn't really matter. But it does feel pretty snappy, honestly. So that's always cool. But again, oh, I got an extra subscriber. Look at that on YouTube. Oh yeah. Um, Somebody commented, I see you're doing easy mode. I tried doing this on expert mode. Many of the things you do would get me immediately killed if I tried them. Very true. Very true. Very different run in different difficulties. But what is up? Welcome. Ping 1000, low ping. Exactly. Bigger numbers better. Yeah. It's like golf. But yeah, what is up? Anima, hello as well. I did say hello earlier, but hello again. yeah, hopefully you guys are all doing well as well. In terms of World of Tanks stuff, though, I know maybe not everybody's interested, but I'm going to talk about it anyways. Hopefully you guys can get some enjoyment out of my enjoyment for it. So first of all, I said in chat earlier, they're selling the fucking Offspring tank, which I should be happy about, right? I should be happy about. It's like, oh, they're selling the tank that you want, right? But I can't justify buying it, dude. It's $47. That's just too much for a fucking thing in a video game. I mean, it is gameplay. It's not just cosmetic. Like, I will actually get the tank and get to play it, and I do actually think I would enjoy the tank. But it's 47 fucking dollars. But the fact they're selling it right after I started playing again is so painful because they don't sell it that often. And it is like one of the only things that I would actually want to buy. And they fucking started selling it, which genuinely makes me so sad because it's so tempting. And yet I can't bring myself to do it because that would just be silly. Like $70. Or not 70, 40, 50. Wait, how much is it? Fuck, I can't even remember. 70? Was it 70? No, it wasn't 70. Hey, dumb. That's the... I don't want that one. 47, not 70. Fucking hell. $47. $47 for a tank. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Don't do it. Yeah, it's a lot. The price of RimWorld or 2 takeout meals or a used Roomba. It really, that's the funny thing. I think of 47 is a lot. I mean, what if you get enjoyment out of something, the price doesn't actually matter. You know what I mean? Like, if I actually wanted it, then $47 is not that bad. Like, if I actually really enjoy it, then 47, it's not that much money in the grand scheme of things, right? Like you said, it's like 2 takeout meals. But I don't know. I have a hard time justifying purchases, so it's just like, but I do really like Offspring, and I do really like the idea of having that tank as well, because that tank does seem fun. But that's just too much money. But anyways, regardless of that, it does look really fucking cool though, and you get a crew, which is the Offspring, like it's the band, and they have unique voice lines as well. I mean, it's kind of cool, but yeah, no thanks. I do really like their music though. Do really like their music. But regardless of that, there is news about a new event. So they were talking about the Lunar New Year event was going to start somewhat soon. There was kind of like missions starting up to it. So it's a post that says, "Spring is here, commanders. Wishing you a happy and prosperous year of the rabbit and World of Tanks. Prosperity is long years this year." This is just like flavor text. "The rabbit heard our requests for more battle supplies, and now the Homefront shop is stocked with goodies. Earn lunar stamps through lunar celebration missions and use them to redeem prizes from the Homefront shop. The Lunar New Year event also has its own unique garage that will transport you to a vibrant Chinese metropolis amid the ongoing festivities." So kind of like the festive garage before. But you don't get to customize it. It's just like background cosmetic. Keep an eye out for plenty of deals and discounts hopping your way in-game and at the premium shop. So in-game, there will be missions from the 20th January to the 1st of February. New missions will be released each day for 10 days. They can be completed to earn lunar stamps. Use these at the Lunar Homefront shop, open until the 10th of February, so even after the event ends, an extra week or so. Well, 9 days. To redeem this event's rewards. And then in the rewards, not that great stuff, right? You got like, well, I mean, it's still 5 times experience bonuses, which are really nice if you're trying to get experience, grind up a tech tree. Some personal reserve boosters, which are always nice to have. And then you got some descriptions, some decals. Nobody really uses the decals. They're kind of cool, but then there's a whole bunch of camouflage, like different elements. I don't want to pronounce that. I'm just gonna post it in chat because I don't want to butcher it. I would feel really rude. So. And then element after them. So there's element earth, element metal, element fire, element water, and element wood. I mean, I even said it fire with more excitement in my voice. So I might try and get some of those camouflages. And then there's three 2D styles: moon viewing, somebody's honor. Post the name of that too, chat. And then Dazzle. The Honor one looks really cool. It's like a Chinese like drawing. I think it's Chinese at least. Yeah, because it is Chinese New Year, right? I'm not wrong. I really hope I'm not wrong. They call it Lunar New Year in the game, but it's a Chinese holiday, right? I really hope I'm not wrong about that. But the most exciting thing is that the last item in the shop is the Type 62, which is a premium Chinese light tank. And it's in the shop for stamps, supposedly. Question is, how many stamps is it going to be? Because you can get, you get 100 stamps per mission, but then you can also get 50 stamps if you complete it the same day it comes out. So they want you to log on the day of. So potentially, to get the Type 62, you might have to log in every day over 10 days and complete these missions. So also, if you complete 8 out of 10 missions on their respective release dates, you'll get a Lunar Lantern Festival 2D style, which actually looks really nice. The missions are deal 16,000 damage to enemy vehicles over, like, so you'd have to do that in one day. Ride over 8 kilometers. This is over any number of battles. 6,000 base XP. 6,000 base XP is pretty easy compared to 16,000 damage. I mean, unless you're going to want to play your high tier tanks then, because they just deal more damage on average. But I mean, if you're only playing tier 6, that's like 16 good games back to back. That's a long time. Like, that's a lot of gameplay. Whereas like 6,000 base XP, get like 500 a game. That's only 12 games compared to 16 games. Deal 8,000 assisted damage. Oof, if you don't like light tanks, which I don't, that's pretty rough. Deal damage to 16 unique enemy vehicles. That's literally one game, or like 2 games. Rank within top 8 for XP earned within both teams over 6 times. That's for both teams, so you're going to have to win. You literally have to win, basically, because winning gives you so much extra XP. Destroy 8 enemy vehicles. That's not that bad. Pretty easy. Spot 16 vehicles over any number of battles and survive. That's rough. But I like that they added survive, because otherwise people would just rush in and die just to get their mission done, which would be really shitty. It would ruin the game for that day. Block 6,000 damage. That could be like 2 games in a tier 10 tank if you're lucky. Rank within top 5 by damage dealt in your team 6 times. I mean, I can do that in 6 battles. Obviously, not everybody can, but I can do that in 6 battles. And then there is some other stuff. There's premium shop. There's crates. But the crates are just for extra stamps and personal reserves and camouflage. So not actually like gambling crates. They're just crates. So that's a plus. And then you got in-game discounts. You got discount on XP to free XP conversion, which I will be doing just because I hate having free XP on my tanks, which I know that they probably do that on purpose to annoy people like me and want them to convert. But I do have gold that I've earned for free, so. But that's really nice. It's a really good conversion rate as well. Equipment is 50% off, which is huge. Consumables are 50% off, which is huge. Garage slots are 50% off, which is huge. Customizations, 50% off, not a big deal. 30 days of WAP premium account is only 10% off. Little stingy on the 10% there. And then 90 days is 10% off. A little stingy. And then in the premium shop, you can buy some extra little stuff. So interesting. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And there might be tier 7 tank in it. Meant to be able to see the screen. No, you're not. Sorry. I didn't want to bring it up because I'm done already. Wasn't that much to talk about. No. Small F. Very small F. That looked like how it was before. That's not good. We'll cross our fingers and hope. We'll pray. Tiny F, yeah. We can hope. Thanks for all the Battlefront voice. Of course, man. If you have any other questions, you can definitely ask them. I everything I said in the Discord is pretty much exactly all the advice I could give for the things we talked about. I watched the Twitch VOD a good few times too. Yeah. Yeah, there's the cleaner one. That's the only one I haven't uploaded yet. Everything else is uploaded on my YouTube, but the cleaner one I haven't uploaded yet, which is kind of bad. I haven't submitted the general distress, the cleaner, or the any percent, which is bad of me. I'm sorry for that, but yeah, I just haven't too. But Year of the Water Rabbit. Interesting, water rabbit. Can they swim? Can rabbits swim? I guess so, probably. Speaking of logging in for Lunar New Year event, yeah, I saw the DVD stuff. If you log in, I really am sad that I missed the nurse outfit. The nurse outfit looked really cool. I'm really sad that I missed that. But I probably will log in later today to get. I'll log in every day just to get the free stuff, just to launch the game every day. So yeah, if you play DVD, log in every day for the next like week, and you get like a whole bunch of. You get like a free cosmetic every day. Also, there's like a free code you can use. I think it's called Rabbit, and you get like a couple little cosmetics as well. Yeah. Posted a list in memes channel if anyone's curious. Oh, let's see what this guy has to say. I did sign up for a tournament and then sadly wasn't able to show up because of the internet stuff. So did kind of no problem, bro. Don't worry about it. We'll play for the next tournament. I'll join your team. Meanwhile, I try to get tanks to compete in tier 7. Oh yeah. Yeah, I messaged him and said sorry. I didn't confirm the team, and I said, hey, I'm sorry. I was having some real bad internet issues and couldn't end up playing that one. Not a usual occurrence for me. I really do apologize because I know it means you probably missed out playing the tournament entirely, which it kind of does. Because if you join a team and they don't confirm it, you have to kind of know right before the start of the tournament to leave that team and then join somebody else's team and then hope that they confirm it in time, which they probably won't. You pretty much need somebody to confirm it a couple hours early, or for them to be sitting there. Which sucks. If you want, you can join my team again. I usually always show up. I usually make open teams for every tournament. Up to you, though. Sorry again. Sorry, he responded. Also, you go into the last vent before you come item. Do you hold crouch to go down as it looks smooth on yours? But when I do it, I go down much faster than the downward vent and hit the floor. So I don't know if that's correct or not. Yeah, I hold crouch. I hold crouch to go down. If you... Oh, no, I tap crouch, actually. Or I do it really weird. That last vent's kind of difficult to get it consistent. I'm pretty sure I tap crouch or, like, do it in intervals. Because when you hold crouch, you just hit the floor at the bottom. And it, I think, slows you down. At least feels like it. So I usually try to feather it a little bit and just kind of stay in the middle of the vent as much as possible. Because I'm almost certain that it's been, like, 100% tested that just... looking where you're going with the droid slows you down, and you should just use crouch and spacebar to go up and down instead, and then like just look in the direction that you want to be going eventually, like line yourself up with going forward. Whereas when you go, like if you aim too far down, too far up, it like slows down your movement speed. So, I really hope that it doesn't drop any more frames. I mean, so far 0.5. It was a very tiny F. That stuff happens. It's not a big deal, but. That's not looking good, but we'll roll with it. We'll roll with it. Oh, also, sadly, this guy, this guy sent me this messages, right? He was in a tournament. So this guy signed up for my tournament, right? Okay. This guy signed up for my teams, right? And I was talking about this last stream that this is kind of a bad story, right? Oh, it's dropping a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't look fixed. Fuck, man. Shit. That's unfortunate. Why is it not fixed? Literally everything is new. Literally pretty much everything is new. Maybe it needs like a good reset. Maybe it didn't reset properly after they switched out the stuff. I mean, it was off and then they turned it on. I mean, I don't know. We'll roll with it for now. It's nowhere near as bad. Yeah, but it's completely inconsistent. The problem's not consistent. I mean, I did troubleshooting, and I'm almost certain it has nothing to do with my computer. Because I could connect to the router fine. Like, you're able to check your connection to the router. And my connection to the router was perfectly fine. It was my connection outside of the, like, outside of my connection was bad. Like, I was dropping packets. So it could get really bad. Like, I mean, there was one day where it was perfectly fine. Like, the day after I got the new equipment, the first time, it was kind of okay. And I was like, okay. It's like, there's some couple drops here and there, but it's not too bad. But then there was another day where it was, like, literally unusable. Like, I was dropping every, like, 30 minutes. So it was like, I don't know. We'll see. So this guy, we played I played a first tier 9 tournament with him off stream, right? This is a story, and I feel bad for the story. I played a first tier 9 tournament with him off stream, okay? And he was a really nice teammate. He wasn't very good, right? He wasn't very good at the game. He played kind of bad, but he was a good teammate. He was a nice guy, right? And you can see what I said here, right? We talked a little bit, and I said, oh, it was good playing with you. Thanks for showing up. Nice, take care of you too. I'll keep you friend if that's okay. If I need a teammate for any future teammates. I meant tournaments. And that was the last time we talked on the 6th, right? And then somebody joined my tournament teams. He joined 2 of my teams recently, and I asked you guys, like, oh, you know, should I feel bad kicking him because he's not that good at the game? I didn't realize that this was this guy, right? I literally completely forgot his name, and I kicked him out of the tournament teams because I just thought he was a random. And I did not realize. I genuinely did not realize. And then the tournament starts, right? And this is a 1v1 tournament. And we got into the same 6-player round robin. I got into the same fucking group with him out of hundreds of people. I'm not even fucking joking, right? And he messages me and tells me strats on what my opponent is going to do. Now, some people do this genuinely, even if they don't know you, right? So I thought he was just one of those fuckers, you know what I mean? But at this point, I still did not realize that he was on my friends list, right? I still did not realize. I thought that this was just a guy. What I thought was happening at this point was I thought that he thought that I hadn't kicked him out of the tournament teams yet because it doesn't notify you. So he thought, oh wow, I got into the same round robin with this guy that I plan to play some TV2s with later, right? And I'm in his teams. So I'll be friendly, you know what I mean? And give him some info. And that way, because we're going to play together in the future, right? Why wouldn't I help him out? It's in my best interest. And so I thought that's what he was doing. And I hate that shit because I think it's kind of cheating, right? Giving each other info that you shouldn't really have on what your opponent's going to do, right? So he told me what my 4th opponent was going to do. And he said to play each other on round 5. Now, this was 30 minutes later. He asked me to tie, and I'll explain that. But with this stuff, I saw this, and I opened it, and I was really mad because I just opened it and immediately read the message, and I was like, well, fuck, now I know what my opponent's going to do, and that's kind of shitty, you know what I mean? I didn't really want to know that information. And so I just didn't reply, right? He kept messaging me, but when you get a message, it just pops up down here, right? So I just kept exiting out of it, right? I was just like, I don't want to read this stupid information, right? I feel like he's just lying to me, right? Or not lying to me, but he's making me cheat, right? And then he says round 5, no shoot, right? Can we agree, right? Need to know if tie is okay. And this was right before the round was going to happen, right? Round 5, both 3rd place, no tie, no shoot, no cap. Look message, round 5, no fight, tie. Now, I didn't read these. I didn't read them, right? And if we tie, what ends up happening is that you can tie for 3rd. If you both draw, you get 1 point, which puts you above everybody else, right? And that means that you can tie for 3rd and both get the reward, right? So it is in your best interest. So I was trying to tie the match. I think I did open the messages, like, for full disclosure. I think I did open the messages before the tournament started, like, the thing started, because I didn't care about, because we were the last round, I knew he wasn't going to give me info on any of my opponents, because there's only 5 rounds, because there's 6 people. So it was the last round, so I was like, oh, well, I don't really care if he gives me info now, because if he's giving me info, it's just going to be on him, you know what I mean? And if he's, like, cheating, then why shouldn't I have that info? You know what I mean? He's giving away info on himself. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, I'll read his messages and at least see what he has to say. You know what I mean? And then he was begging for a tie, basically. And at this point, I thought that because he was begging for a tie because he thought that we were just going to play with each other in the future tournaments, and he thought that I would be friendly with it because there's no reason for me not to want to tie, right? And I didn't respond until after the tournament. I was like, should I tie this, right? I didn't want to respond and say that I was going to tie because I feel like planning to tie is also kind of cheating. But it's like cheating the system, not cheating a person, right? Because it's just like you're not stealing from anybody. Everybody still gets rewards. The only person you might be stealing from is if an opponent, you could tie with an opponent and then that person beat you, so you'd technically be above them, so they'd get like 4th or 3rd or whatever. So I think it's kind of scummy to tie on purpose. I think playing for a tie is perfectly fine, but tying on purpose, like messaging the other person and getting them to agree to it, I think that's shitty, in my opinion. So I didn't reply to this, and I said, I was like, okay, I'm going to play for a tie, because that is what I would do normally. I would get next to the cap circle, play for a tie, and if they push to do the objective, they put themselves in a bad situation, because tying is a net positive for me. It's not a bad thing. There's no reason for me not to do it. So I put myself in a good position for the cap circle, and I waited. And we played the match. It's about a 10-minute timer, I think, and it went down to like 2 minutes left. And then he accidentally drives right near my hiding spot, right? And I didn't know if he was going to shoot me or not. So I shot him, right? And I killed him. Because I didn't want to agree to a tie, and I didn't know if he was going to kill me or not. And I didn't want to just be friendly with each other, because I think that's kind of scummy. So he got unlucky that he found me, and so I killed him, and I won. I still didn't realize that he was on my friends list. I still did not realize that he was on my friends list. It gets worse. So at this point, I go into my messages, and I see that he's on my friends list, right? Because I can see that he's online. And I was like, that's weird. I can see that he's online. Usually, if you message somebody you don't know, right? Like, this guy's going to play in one of my future tournaments. This is actually some guy I just talked to, right? Yeah, Kappa. This is a guy I showed the messages of at the start. This guy, see? Right? It says this attention thing, and it says they're offline, right? Even if they are online, you can't see that they're online. And so I was like, oh, that's weird. I can't see the attention thing. I can see that he's online. That's strange. And then I went and checked. I was like, holy shit, he's on my friends list. And I'll explain, okay? I'll explain. You guys can read along what I said. I said, oh shit, I didn't know you were on my friends list. Fuck, now I feel really bad. I had somebody else to fill in for the tournaments, which is kind of a lie, but I didn't want to be mean and say, oh, I didn't think you were very good. I mean, that's fucking rude, right? I think I'm perfectly within my right to do that, but it's still fucking rude. You know what I mean? I don't want to tell that to him. So I kicked you from the teams that you joined, and I wasn't checking my messages. Sorry. So I did kind of lie there too, because I didn't check my messages intentionally, because I didn't want his cheating knowledge. I was playing for the tie at the end, but you came up on me, so I had to shoot at that point, which is true. I didn't see your messages, obviously, which I did see them, but I didn't really see them until it was too late. And now it gets worse. I haven't played World of Tanks in like 2 years. Just started playing again last 2 weeks. I didn't recognize you. Sorry, man. It took me 30 seconds. 30 seconds. And then I realized this isn't a friend from over 2 years ago that I added. Because I hovered over it, and it said, last played 1/6/23. And I was like, I played with this guy a week ago. I completely forgot his name. I thought he was a random fucking dude from 2 years ago. And I was like, oh, okay, it's not my fault that I forgot his name. I played with him a week ago. I completely forgot his name. Completely. He was a really nice guy. And I genuinely felt really bad. I still didn't want to cheat and like plan like him to give me info or plan to tie. But the fact I kicked him from the tournaments and then he felt like I betrayed him, it gets worse too, like in terms of sadness. I said, wait, were you the guy I played with recently? What the fuck? I'm terrible with names. Fuck, which I genuinely am terrible with names. Anybody who knows me knows this. I can't remember names to save my life. I'm sorry, actually. I thought you were someone on my friends list, but you were the person... I didn't explain friends list from years ago. But you were the person I played a Tier 9 tournament with the other week. I thought you were someone from ages ago. Then I clarified. Shit, well, I'm sorry, man. My bad. He unfriended me. And he didn't respond. This was 2 days ago. I'm really sad. I genuinely feel like an asshole. I genuinely feel like an asshole. You murdered his trust. I really did. I genuinely feel terrible. I really did not mean to do that to him. I really did not mean to do that to him. Um, I genuinely forgot his name, and then I genuinely thought he was a player from 2 years ago. Like, I mean, like, that is the whole story I gave to you guys, and I mean, I was in the wrong for some of it. I probably shouldn't have kicked him out of the tournament. I probably shouldn't have. I probably shouldn't have. I mean, some people could say, "Oh, you shouldn't have ignored the info," kind of thing. Like, it's not cheating. There's no rules against it. I'm pretty sure, at least. I mean, I can actually go check. I'm pretty sure there's no rules against it. I'm pretty sure there's no rules to even playing against a tie. But I don't know. It just feels disingenuous to me. It feels like just there's no integrity there. I feel like. But let's see what the rules are. Um. Breaking EULA or game rules will disqualify your team for the end results. So potentially the EULA or game rules. There's a lot of other rules, but they're not anything. Like, it's basically just explaining the rules of the tournament, not really like. There's no actual rules. It's actually just banning, like, if it makes sense, like the rules of the tournament. Like, oh, it's a round robin. You know, what I mean, there's gonna be this many rounds. This is how long in between each battle. It doesn't actually say any rules. So they don't actually say that you can get in trouble. But actually, you might be able to report people. As for rules violations, include replays of tournament battles, rule violators, team name, and link to the team. And if you included screenshots of the messages of them asking to tie with you, potentially you could report people. I'm not sure. So I don't usually like to do that shit. I find that kind of lame. So I was just trying to avoid that cheating information, so I didn't read his messages really. And then I read them at the end, seeing that he wanted to tie, which I also felt I feel like that's kind of cheating, so I didn't really want to do that. But I did end up playing for the tie, because it is actually a smart idea to play for a tie if you're in that situation. But he came up on me, and I didn't want to just stand there and look at each other. And I also, because I didn't respond, like, it honestly ended up being kind of natural, because I had no idea if, because I didn't respond, he was just going to start shooting me. You know what I mean? And if he starts shooting me in a situation like that, I lose. You know what I mean? So it's like, I genuinely don't know what's going to happen here. And at that point, I still didn't realize he was on my friends list. Otherwise, I probably would have just let him win, honestly. Like, I would have felt bad and just let him win. And I genuinely wish that he would, like, respond or friend me again. Actually, wait, can I send him up? Send friend request again. Because I genuinely do feel bad. I'd like to make it up to him somehow, but I don't know. I don't know how I would do that. But what I did learn, and I did lose that tournament quite badly. I think I made like 100 gold because I beat that guy at the end. We were like 3rd and 4th. So he didn't get anything, which I feel kind of bad about. I feel really bad about. But I did learn in terms of tier 6 tournaments that you basically need an M6. My tank used to be competitive in tier 6 tournaments, but it is not anymore. I used to use the heavy tank number 6. This premium tank, and it was pretty good for tier 6 tournaments, but they buffed the M6 since I last played, and when I played in that tier 6 tournament, all the good players were using M6s, and I looked at the stats on Tanks GG, and pretty much in all the tournament stats that matters, it basically just ends up being better in every way. So I do need to get myself an M6 in the future sometime, which I can do. It's not too hard. Getting tier 6 is pretty easy, so I will end up getting an M6. Salt in the Wound, yeah. Murder's Trust, yeah. Yeah. I feel kind of bad. I feel more than kind of bad. It was real bad. I feel real shitty about that one, not gonna lie. But yeah, that was a tournament experience for sure. I forgot you existed, then fucked you over really hard, but we cool, yeah. The next tournament story I have, I played a game again, with the Canadian Warlord guy. So I said, friendly reminder that the tournament is in an hour or two. This is the start. This is on the 16th. Checked to make sure the other guy will show up. And they said, be there. And actually, we talked a little bit, right? Like, this isn't too important. He said, you play very well in that medium, which is, very nice compliment of him. If I made that one last shot in the last game, we would have won. He was beating himself up about it. I could tell that he was upset about it, and it's the same way I would be too. And I really respected that because it's exactly the way I think too. It's like, fuck, man, you know what I mean? If I had done that, we would have won. And I said, miss some shots too. Don't sweat it, man. He said, I know it's a game, but I did suck. I said, yeah. And then he started talking about the battle pass. He's on like 37. He's actually insane. And then this was the last message we said, and then this is the tournament, right? You can see it's like an hour between. He said, ask them if I want to draw. I don't really like that he asked me to ask them if they wanted to draw. I'm not a big fan of that, but he's still a nice guy. But this guy that I invited, so this is after, because he explains this. He only told me this after the tournament had started and we had played 4 rounds. He did not tell me beforehand, which I feel like he really should have, but the guy I invited did not speak English. I didn't know that before going into it, but that's perfectly fine if he doesn't speak English, as long as he communicates with pings and stuff and like tries to cooperate. I don't give a fuck, right? I don't give a fuck. It obviously makes it more difficult to communicate, but as long as he's like trying to be a teammate and communicating to the best of his abilities, I don't care. So I was trying to communicate to him. He didn't really say anything. I didn't really know that he didn't understand English. I thought maybe he was just ignoring me. You know what I mean? But later on, it becomes evident that he did not know English. Very well, at least. But we were playing, and we were playing a couple rounds, and the guy's a decent player, the guy I invited. He's a decent player. I messaged him. I honestly can't remember his name. I blacklisted him. Can I see my blacklist? No, I don't know how to see my blacklist. He was honestly a decent player. He had like good stats and everything, and he joined. He showed up to the tournament a little bit. Like, it was close. He only had like 2 minutes before the game started, but that was fine. He showed up for every match, and he did some really stupid fucking plays. He played really bad during the tournament. Even though his stats are good and he seems like a good player, he played really stupid. He did some stupid shit. He got himself killed. He almost made us lose a 2v3. Right, because he basically did nothing and just died, right? And I tried to be nice about it, and I tried to say like, oh, you know, like, just play a bit safer, or like I said, just, you know, it's probably a good idea for you to play safe, just in case they rush the hill if they have fast tanks, so that way they can't isolate you, right? That's pretty much exactly what I said. He didn't respond, but thinking about it now, it's probably because he doesn't know English that well, which is fair enough. But I didn't know that. I thought he was just ignoring me. But he got himself killed like twice and played like absolute shit. He played terribly, but I didn't say anything because I am very forgiving with the randoms I go into these tournaments because they're randoms. I'm not like, I am getting randoms to play with. I shouldn't expect to win. You know what I mean? I'm just doing it so I can at least participate because then there's a chance of winning. But I'm always going to be at a disadvantage, right? It's not their fault. As long as they're trying their best, as long as they show up, they try their best, and they try and at least like communicate a little bit, like to the best of their abilities, I'm happy. I'm absolutely satisfied, and I have no hate towards anybody. As long as you're not toxic, too. Be a nice person. And that's where this guy goes wrong. I didn't care that he sucked. He wasn't very good. He honestly almost lost us. I think he kind of did lose us one round. We could have won if he hadn't died immediately and just got himself killed like an idiot. And then the other round, he almost made us lose a 2v3, which is impressive that he fucked up that bad. And he was playing a very strong, kind of overpowered tank, the Progetto, which is amazing in tournaments. And he was playing that badly. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then, start of the last round, this motherfucker starts to go off, right? We lose the round before, and he starts to freak out, right, in chat. And this is where I find out that he doesn't know English that well, because his messages are obviously Google translated. Because they're all in quotations, and, like, they are obviously Google Translate. Like, it was very obvious. And I was like, okay, so he doesn't know English. Fair enough. That's why he didn't respond to me before. That's fair. He was just unbelievably toxic. Unbelievably toxic. He said, what the fuck are these stupid monkeys doing? Do you guys even know? Fucking poop for brains. What do you guys have in your head? Semen. Like, these fucking idiots. Like, I'm not even playing with the team. Like, what the fuck are these fools doing? Like, I pinged the cap so many times, and yet they follow me. The reason we fucking followed him is because last time he went by himself and fucking died immediately and lost us the round. Like, so we went with him so he wouldn't fucking die like a moron. So, because he wasn't communicating with us. He did ping the cap quite a few times, but we didn't fucking listen because it didn't seem like he was listening to anything we said. Because whenever we said something, he didn't really listen and just did whatever the fuck he wanted. Which is fair enough. There's a language barrier and a communication issue there. But then he starts being fucking toxic. Like, it was unbelievable how toxic he was. And then he's like, oh, what the fuck is the tank you're playing? You don't have fucking competitive tanks. You're playing a shitty fucking tier 8 American medium. Because I was playing Super Pershing, which is pretty much the only fucking tank I have. And I was having a pretty fucking bad day because my internet was making me pretty frustrated. And I fucking went off on him. I'm not going to lie. I went off on him. I didn't say anything hateful. Of course not. But I talked shit. I was like, bro, you fucking suck. Like, you've been playing like absolute trash. You're playing in a fucking Progetto, and you can't even fucking manage to do more than me in my Super Pershing. And you're talking trash. I said, I'm sorry I didn't pull out my fucking wallet and buy the best tank to try and be able to play well, because, sorry, buddy, you're joining a team with fucking randoms, you have no place to complain, you're a fucking moron, and you're just talking shit because you suck. Like, you're trying to blame somebody else, but you're a fucking asshole. And it was unbelievable, dude. It was unbelievable. Like, the guy joins a fucking team with people and has the audacity to flame us when he was playing, like, complete shit. I was really fucking angry. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty much all I said. I can't show you the messages because they're in the tournament logs, which don't, like, the tournament lobby, which shows up. But this guy, the Canadian Warlord, which, I mean, you guys saw how nice this guy was. Let's see. Where did it start? Oh, he didn't tell me this before, but he said, just FYI, I banned this guy before, but unbanned him for the game. He meant for the tournament. He is an ass, right? He asterisked his message for some reason. And asked these guys if they want to draw. These are the people we were about to play against. And I am blocking the knob, which I assume he meant like knobhead, not noob. And he said, lol. And I said, yeah, he's fucking stupid. I said, you can ask them if you want, because I didn't really want to. He said, yeah, that's why he's on my blacklist. I said, don't have their names ready. Kind of a lie. I just didn't want to ask them for a draw personally, because I don't like doing that. But I wasn't going to tell him, oh, I don't like doing that, because I feel like that's kind of weird. But, because, like, it's not technically against the rules. It's just kind of like my personal thing. And we're a team, so it's kind of like me fucking over the team just because of my personal integrity. So if he wanted to do it, I wasn't going to stop him, but I'm not doing it myself. That's kind of my stance on that. And I said, yeah, I blacklisted him too. And I said, wait, did you have it blacklisted before the tournament? And he said, yes. And I said, Lamau, good to know he's just a moron then. And he won't join for us to lose because we were about to go into the last match and he wouldn't join. And I said, have you played a tournament with him before? And then he basically said, yeah. Like, he didn't say yeah, but he said, and he did join with the Progetto again, even though he said, oh, if I don't join with a competitive tank, it's because seeing your tank makes me sick. Absolutely just moronic. And I said he must want that gold, which is why he joined. Ha ha ha. It's all good. Sorry I let him join. If I had known he was a fucking asshat, I wouldn't have let him join. I would have just kicked him. And he said, yeah, or throw the game, because he could just join to, like, potentially, like, intentionally fuck us over. I said, GG, man, sorry about that guy. What an asshole. It was fun playing with you again. Smile. I didn't know he was an ass, otherwise I wouldn't have let him join. Lol. I assume you've done a tournament with him before or something, because I wanted clarification, because he didn't say yes exactly. And he said, all good. And he said, yeah. And he was just as abusive back then, so I blacklisted him. I said, fucking hell, lol. Well, glad to say I'll never play with him again, lol. He said, thanks for the games, it was fun. I said, thanks for unblocking him, because, honestly, that was pretty fucking big of him to unblock somebody who was an asshole before, just to, like, try and win the tournament. I really respected that he did that. And I said, yeah, sorry I went off on him at the end. The fact he blamed us made me pretty frustrated. Because he was playing so badly, and I was being patient, as I usually am with randoms in these, and I've had a pretty shady day overall, so just wasn't in the mood for it. It doesn't really excuse going off on somebody, but I didn't say anything hateful. I wasn't like a piece of shit person, like a bad person. I just said the same type of shit he was saying back to me. I mean, he didn't say anything like racist or offensive. He was just being an asshole, so I just was an asshole back. In the same way he was being to me. Which I think is fine, honestly. Eye for an eye kind of thing. Like, he was being an asshole, I was an asshole back. But I should be able to control myself more, and so I'm a little disappointed I didn't control myself super well. But I think I had valid enough reasons to be in a bad enough mood to kind of lose the mindfulness to stop myself. Not that I said anything I regret. I really don't. I didn't say anything bad. I just yelled at him. I was just like, "You're a fucking moron, dude." Like, yeah. And he said, "I don't blame you. He is an idiot." And he said, "I have a friend who will play 3v3 once in a while." I said, "Yeah, for sure. I'll let you know for next tournaments I do. Cool." And he said he's a good guy. It's hard to get a good teammate for the team ones. They're much harder than the 1v1s, yeah. He said, "Yeah, that's for sure." He said, "Okie dokie, take care and chat with you later." I said, "You too, man. Thanks for the games anytime." I said, "Good luck with your battle pass progress too. And have a good day." Thanks, and you as well. This guy's really nice. That guy seems like a cool teammate. Just make sure you have his name committed to memory. Yeah. This guy's cool. This guy's really cool. I didn't want him to think that I was a complete asshole with the way I yelled at the other guy, but I mean, I think he understands. He seems a little bit more reserved than that, but I mean, I don't give a fuck. If somebody's being an asshole, I'm gonna be an asshole right back. That's just how I am. Eye for an eye, in my opinion. You don't just act like an asshole and get away with it, in my opinion. I'm gonna talk shit, but I could tell that I was a bit too fired up, more than I should have been. I'm too worried about it. Yeah. Since I can't show the messages, though, I don't want anybody to think that I was racist or hateful or anything like that. I mean, I would never say anything like that. No matter how much of an asshole somebody being, you never snoop to that level, ever. Even if they're doing it, you don't. But, I mean, treating an asshole like an asshole, I think that's perfectly fine. I think there's nothing wrong with that. I just think with the context of me saying that he didn't speak English, I don't want anybody to think I said anything like that. I would never. Absolutely not. If I could show the messages, I would, because I honestly don't regret anything I said. I didn't say anything bad. I just called him an all moron, honestly. And yelled at him about how much he fucking sucked. And still blamed us. He blamed us when he was playing like shit. I mean, my teammate wasn't the best, but motherfucker knows what he's doing at least. Like, he knows how the tournaments work. Speak American, yeah. Oh, that'd be so rude. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I understood what he was saying. I wish that he had Google translated earlier so we could have communicated a bit more. But, I mean, to be fair, literally, the only words that he said to me were okay and then hateful things. Like, just being an asshole. That's literally the only two things he said. And then he pinged the map a couple times. Like, and when I say a couple times, I mean like 4 in total. Throughout all 4 matches that we played. He pinged like 4 times in one match and then yelled at us for not listening to his pings. He said okay when I messaged him to check to see if he was going to show up for the tournament. And then he Google translated like just shitty things to us before the last match because he was angry we died. Those are the only things that we communicated. It's like, I mean, I can't understand it. Regardless though, I do sometimes if I'm having a bad day though, if somebody's an asshole, I definitely go off a little bit. I remember one time I was playing CS:GO and God, this story. I 100% believe you. Yeah, I mean, I know you believe me because I mean, you know me super well. You know I would never do anything like that. I don't believe in that shit in any way. I think that there's no reason to ever be like, I don't know what the word would be for it. But you know, stuff like racism. There's no reason to ever do anything like that. No matter how much of an asshole somebody's being, even if they're being racist towards you or sexist, there's no reason to ever do it back to them. So you can always knock them down with something so much more honorable, in my opinion, and respectful. It's easy to trip up assholes on their own words. But regardless of that, I have another story. And this is kind of ties into that. I was playing CS:GO. No, yeah, I know. I'm way too forgiving. I'm way too forgiving and nice. I take too much shit, and then I'm like, and But when I'm in a bad mood, like, I think about going off on people quite a lot. If they're being an asshole, I'm like, I think about it in my head, but I usually always stop myself. I'm like, no, it's okay. You know, there's no reason to do that. But if I'm having a bad day and I'm just not in the fucking mood, I will 100%. Like that guy, and like I was playing CS:GO this one time. This was years ago, and I was pretty sad over a couple months. It was when I wasn't streaming. I was just not doing super well mentally. And I just wanted to play some CS:GO, man. I just wanted to play some fucking CS:GO. This was a couple years ago. And I was playing some CS:GO. It was a map I didn't really know that well because I just came back to playing the game after a couple years. And I wasn't playing bad. I was playing all right. And I was on this team. And this guy was just, I mean, he seemed all right. Nothing was going wrong. We played most of the match, maybe like halfway through the match. And then I can't remember what happened exactly. I'll try and make sure I remember as best I can, but somebody took his gun. That's what happened. At the start of the round in CS:GO, you throw guns to each other, right? Because you buy guns for each other. Pretty common thing. Somebody bought him a gun, threw it to him. Somebody else took it, right? They were a squad, right? They were like on Discord with each other, a couple people on our team, and there was me a solo and him a solo, and I think maybe one other solo. Because there's 5 people on our team. There's two in a group, and there was me and the toxic guy, and then there was another guy. I'm not sure if the other guy was with them. Can't remember. These guys didn't talk that much, though, like the squad, because usually when you're on Discord with your friends, you don't talk as much if you're not very good teammates. Usually, like, if I'm on Discord with my friends, I like to make sure I talk just as much because you don't want to leave your teammates out. Like, if I'm making calls, I make them in the total chat. If I'm talking shit to my friend, just having a good time, then obviously we don't say that, right? We still communicate with our teammates, though, if they're chatting shit and just having a good time. Chatting shit in a good way. But call-outs, always over the team voice, right? Always. But some people don't realize that or don't think about that or just don't care, right? So this squad of friends, they stole his gun and they kind of laughed about it, right? They were kind of being asses, right? And then this guy started saying some slurs, right? He started saying some slurs, and I hate that shit, right? It really pisses me off. He was just saying them to say them, right? He was just using them as buzzwords just because he was angry, right? Over fucking nothing. Somebody stole his gun. Was it an asshole move? Yeah. But then he just starts being a fucking degenerate loser, right? For no reason, right? He was just one of those people. They just start doing it because they can. And they know it's a bad thing that they shouldn't do, and that's why they do it. And I was like, okay, he's just one of those losers, whatever. I kept him unmuted because it doesn't, while I hate hearing people say it, it doesn't make me uncomfortable. I mean, it does make me uncomfortable, but like I can listen to it, and I was hoping he would calm down and he would be able to keep calling for the game and stuff. So I left him unmuted. If I was streaming, I would have muted him because he was saying some stupid shit. And so we kept playing, and somebody calls a strat, right? We're kind of losing, but we're not losing too bad. The game's still winnable. Somebody calls a strat, which is perfectly fine. They said, let's all rush A as defense, right? And that can work, right? I said, I'm going to go B, right? I had nothing to do with this guy. Absolutely nothing to do with him, right? I had not interacted with him. I had not stolen his gun. I had not said anything rude to him. I had not even commented on anything he had said. I had just kept playing the game, right? Because that was the mood I was in. I just wanted to play some CSGO. He was being an asshat. I'm used to that. If you've played online games for long enough, you know that's how people are. Somebody's going to be a fucking dumbass and say some stupid shit that they really shouldn't. And they're going to be, you know, all the different types of discrimination, right? That's just how people are. I mean, they're just saying them because they know they shouldn't, really, at the end of the day, which is just as bad. Like, they're being assholes. But regardless of that, I said, I'm going to go B. This motherfucker said, no, follow the strat, right? Even though it was the person who stole his gun saying the strategy, and he kills me, right? And then says, follow the strat, you fucking, and then said some slurs or some shit, right? And at that point, I was fucking done. I was like, I went off on him. I called him a pathetic excuse of a human being. He was a fucking joke. That how can you even call yourself an adult? You're a fucking pathetic loser. Like you're getting angry over nothing in a fucking video game and saying these fucking words that you know you shouldn't, right? And it was just I was so fucking mad. And then I said, I'm muting you, you absolute toxic piece of shit. And I am never speaking to you again. You are, I say, a pathetic excuse of a human being. And I muted him. After that, nothing happened, right? I have no idea of what he said, but he did not say anything, right? Whole team went quiet. Nobody said a word. I literally, he tried to talk over me, but he couldn't because I just kept going on, and it was maybe like a minute of me just yelling at this guy. Like, I was mad. And then I muted him. I have no idea what he said. He tried to talk over me at first. I muted him at the end of my thing. He stopped talking. I don't know why. I don't know if he felt bad for what he said or anything. I hope I did get through to him and he does realize how much of a piece of shit he was being, because he stopped talking and he didn't bother me for the rest of the match. He kept playing like normal. And I have no idea what happened. I have no idea. I didn't unmute him. I did not unmute him because I don't think he deserved respect after that. I don't think he deserved any kind of second chance. He was being a complete fucking loser. And after I stopped yelling and I muted him, I didn't say anything else. I didn't say a word. The last thing I said was GG to everyone but this guy. And I said his name. And that was it. That's the last thing I said on the subject. From yelling to say the end of the game, that's the only thing I said. And it's funny, though, because after everything went quiet, and my whole team went quiet, at the end of the round, the group of friends were like, hey, yellow, which is the color I am, can you get mad again? You're funny when you're angry. Which made me laugh. But it was an experience. It was an experience. Even somebody in my house was like, I heard you yelling in there. What happened? And so I had to explain. I was fucking mad, man. Like, I hate that shit. I hate when people are just being like, just losers in that way and just like saying slurs or discriminating or just being absolute fucking losers, man. Absolute fucking losers. You get some stories playing online games, man, of just absolute pathetic people. Pathetic. Is worse than bad players blaming their teammates. Oh, 100%. 100%. You always have a choice in life. And there's never a time where that shit's okay, in my opinion. I can't think of a single situation where it's okay for that type of shit. It's a low that you should never stoop. Stoop? Stoop? Sloop? Stoop? Stoop? Thought you were gonna tell the other story about your teammates getting... I just thought about that, yeah. Where they were being racist towards him? I'm pretty sure, right? That's what you're talking about? I was just gonna tell that, too. Well, I don't know. It's a lot of stories. If you guys want, I can tell you that story, too. Should I tell that story, too? I can tell that story. That one's a good one, too. If you guys want, it's up to you. Or I can start playing some games. It's a good one. I can tell if you want. Want to hear? Okay. So this was another CS:GO match, and I loaded in, and it was a team of 3 guys again, right? This is usually where the shitty experiences happen, right? It's a group of people, and they feel like they can bully, right? They feel like they have the power because there's more of them. But when there's 3 people, there's kind of a shitty thing in CSGO, is that majority takes vote rules, right? So when you have 3 people, well, it's not majority, it's 4-1, right? So it's not majority, which is nice, thank God. But if you have 4 people, you can vote somebody out, right? Instantly. As soon as the game starts, you can just kick them, right? Which is really shitty, but the person who gets kicked doesn't suffer any penalty. But if you win the whole match and then kick them at the end, that's like literally you're an evil person at that point. Like that is just terrible. Like, why would you even do that? But regardless of that, there was 3 people in a squad, and this match started, I didn't know they were in a group, but I went and checked later on in the match. I'll tell you guys that now, or like ahead of the story. I went and checked later in the match and found out they were a group, and it explained a lot. But the match goes on, right? And at the start, near the start of the match, they seemed kind of friendly, but one of them seemed kind of weirdly friendly. One of them didn't talk like at all, right? He talked barely at all. The other guy talked a little bit and seemed like a good player, and he was just playing some CSGO. The other guy was a little bit too friendly. He was one of those people that was kind of weirdly friendly, right? Kind of made me uncomfortable. I think everybody who's played online games kind of knows. There's those type of people, right? It's kind of, you get a weird vibe from them. And he asked me where I lived, and I said, USA, East Coast, right? Because that's usually what I tell people. Because, I don't know. I could tell people the state I live in, it's not that dangerous, but I see no reason to. Better safe than sorry, right? And he was pushy. He was like, "Oh yeah, but what state do you live in?" And I was like, "I just live." He said like, "Oh, just like, oh, but where?" And I said like, "Just the East Coast." And he says, "Oh, what state do you live in though?" And I was like, I didn't really answer at first. And he's like, "Oh, why don't you want to say what state you live in?" And I was like, I don't know. I think I said like, "Oh, I don't really want to say," or something. And he's like, "Oh, why? Do you live in like a state that you're ashamed of or whatever?" And he kind of fed into it, and I was able to lie because I don't know. I definitely didn't want to tell him what state I lived in. He was being really weird and pushy. I'm not really selling the vibes he was giving off. It was really weird. It was creepy. I don't think he meant to come off as creepy, but he did, and it was strange. But he kind of led into it a little bit, and I just lied. I said some kind of, I said like, I don't know. I can't even remember what state I said, but I said something, right? And he says, "Oh, why would you be ashamed to live there, right?" And somebody in chat said like, "Oh yeah, it's a shithole or whatever, right?" Or say because it's a shithole. And I said, "Yeah, lol," right? Just kind of going along with it, right? They kind of fed into it and let me get out of that situation, which was nice. No, yeah, there's no reason. Yeah, no, yeah. If somebody's like, you shouldn't have to give people any information. I think saying what country you're from is kind of nice so people can kind of know, because for online gaming, it's kind of useful to know like your ping, what server you connect to on some games. But like anything more than country, you really don't need to tell them that. You could just, honestly, you could just ask what server you play on or like what kind of ping you have. There's no reason that you should ever have to give that people that info. If they're pushing you, then that's weird. But then the match goes on. And one of my teammates, the other solo on our squad, had really bad lag. And he kept complaining about it, right? He kept complaining about his lag. And he was laggy enough. You know what I mean? He was laggy. Like, he deserved to complain about his internet. He had terrible ping. You could tell that he wasn't American, I guess? Or maybe he was. I mean, he could live in... Well, no, because he had bad ping, so he probably wasn't American. But he couldn't speak great English, which was perfectly fine. He was trying his best. I could understand what he was saying. I didn't mind it at all, honestly. It kind of sucks having a laggy teammate, but he was honestly a better teammate than some of the other, like two of the others. He was trying his best, and he was lagging, though. And later on in the match, literally over nothing, right? These guys started, like bullying him, like freaking out on him. And they were like, oh, like they genuinely were being racist towards him, right? Like they were being racist, and they were like, why are you playing in American servers? Oh, go back to your country. And it was like, what the fuck? Like, it was over nothing, too. Like, they genuinely were like, it was over him, like, losing a round, but he didn't lose the round because of the lag. Even if he did, that's not a place for that. It was, honestly, anybody could have lost that round. It wasn't like he made a stupid play. It wasn't like he threw the match. Even if he did, there's no place for that. But it was really over nothing. It was really strange. And they genuinely were just bullying him because they felt like they could. And it was absolute bullshit. And I tried to stick up for the guy as, like, I could. You know what I mean? I said, oh, you guys are being fucking assholes. And the guy went off on me when I tried to defend him. As soon as I tried to defend him, the weirdly friendly guy started going off on me. I can't remember exactly the things he said, but he started, like, insulting me. Obviously, he couldn't be racist towards me because for some reason he's just racist at the end of the day. I think that's just the truth. But he was other kinds of hateful towards me, and he was being hateful. I tried to defend the guy best I could, but I mean, I couldn't really do anything. There was 3 of them, right? And they were just being asshats. I mean, there's not much you can do when there's like 3 people ganging up on one like that. But I at least, like, I mean, I was trying to tell him, like, oh, yeah, they're assholes. Don't worry about it. They're all friends. Because I checked their friends list at that point. Because I was like, oh, it's weird. These guys are all grouping up on this one guy. And then they started to bully him in game as well, not just over voice, right? And being racist and stuff. They started blocking him and shooting him and stuff. And they did the classic CSGO thing where they were baiting him to get a response. Because in CSGO, you can damage teammates, which usually doesn't happen that often. It can happen sometimes on accident, but it has a limit. And once you pass that limit of damaging teammates, which they kind of give you like for like a buffer, because you can damage teammates on accident, you get instant kicked, right? You get instant kicked and you get a cooldown. Some people know how big this buffer is, and they know how to abuse it, because you can shoot your teammate and then wait for them to shoot you. And if they shoot you enough, also when you have 3 people, you can split the damage over all 3 of you so none of you get kicked. So they baited him into killing them until he got kicked because he was so frustrated. And it was so depressing to watch. Like, it really made me sad because I could tell this guy, like, he just wanted to play some CSGO. I have no idea why he's playing on American servers. I mean, he's perfectly allowed to. I mean, yeah, it sucks to have a laggy teammate, but he's perfectly within his right to play on our servers. There's no place to be racist or anything awful like that. And he was trying his fucking best. I honestly preferred him on my team rather than shitty people or people like just shitty teammates. He was a nice teammate. He was communicating. I could understand what he was saying, even though he couldn't speak English that well. I knew what he was trying to say. He was trying his best. He was a good teammate. He was laggy, which did cause some issues and caused him to lose rounds. But I was happy to have him on my team. And I have no idea why he's playing on American servers. I mean, I would assume he would rather not have lag, so there must be some kind of good reason he's playing on our servers. I mean, honestly, maybe he just has bad internet. Maybe he just moved here and he can't afford better internet. I don't know. I don't know what the story is. There's no place to be racist, though. He's just trying to play the game, just like we are. And there's just no place for that. And they got him kicked. It was really sad because you could tell he was just frustrated and like upset. He was literally being bullied. And after they got him kicked, they said like, see you later, loser, or whatever, and they kicked me. And I said, literally, the vote popped up. I was kicked within like 4 seconds. I said, thank fucking God, because that was one of the most miserable experiences I'd ever, like, it was just miserable. It was just miserable. And it's like, I can't even believe there are people like that in this world that, like, genuinely can get any kind of enjoyment out of, like, 1, being racist, 2, like, actually bullying somebody. Like, that was genuine bullying. Like, 3 people ganging up on somebody, making fun of them, being racist towards them, and then, like, harassing them in game so they can't even fucking play the game they're trying to play. It was just, I honestly think that guy was better off taking the cooldown to not play with those fuckers anymore, because we were only like, it was only like 8 rounds into the fucking match. Like, we had only played together for like 15 to 20 minutes. It was like, oh my God, it was a terrible experience. Absolutely terrible. It was atrocious. Had similar experiences in the law. Yeah, there's just shitty people, man. Shitty people, and the internet feel like the internet gives them the power to be shitty and get away with it. And it's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. And I feel bad for when people have to endure shit like that. Because, like, I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody, because it's just people are different and there's no shame in it. But I can brush it off, right? There's no shame in other people not being able to. That shit is awful. You shouldn't have to deal with that. There's no reason you should have to be able to brush it off. But I feel bad for the people who can't. Like, that if somebody's hateful towards them, they can't, fire back. They can't, like, brush it off. They can't just go about their day and, forget about it tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, that, like, they don't deserve that. Nobody deserves that. It's really shitty. It makes me really sad. It's really sad that people can't, I don't know, be kind to each other. Like, I mean, I don't know. It really frustrates me. But there's only so much you can do, right? I can be nice to the people around me. I can try and defend people that I see it happening to, you know what I mean? But that's all you can really do, right? Shame the people, shun them that do shitty things like that. Protect the people that are having it done to them, and don't do it yourself. That's all you can do, right? And just hope the world gets better over time. And that is applied to every aspect of life, really. But hopefully the world gets better. But, you know, it is the world, so who knows? I just want to play some games, man. And I hate having to deal with shitty people while I do so, right? Let's play a game of the Tog, shall we? But yeah, those are some stories. Sorry I hit you guys with social experiences, but I think anybody who's played online games knows that shit is like, you can't avoid it, really. It happens. You just move on, right? Move on. Hot Tog love incoming. Exactly. I do love this tank, actually. It's really fun. It's a really fun tank. I do plan to play the Churchill today, though, which we will do after. I thought we'd play... Ooh, mine's Tog. Please don't be bottom tier. Mid tier? That's okay, I guess. An AMX M445 is scary, though. But that's the only scary tank, really. I love the Tog, and the Tog loves me, exactly. But, yeah, thank you guys for listening to my story. Sorry they were a bit depressing, but, yeah, hopefully they were enjoyable to listen to, at least. Even if they were a bit depressing. But, we can get on some gameplay. Hopefully nothing bad happens today, right? It probably won't, though. I mean, on stream as well, I usually just block people, because I don't want anybody on stream to see that shit and, I don't know, be hurt by it or be made uncomfortable by it. When it's just me, I don't mind seeing it, because I can brush it off, like I said, which, again, I'm not saying makes me better than anybody, or, like, it's not a good... that couldn't be clip of the day, yeah. Yeah, there's no shame in that shit getting to you, because it is awful. It is awful. Oh, I don't want to go there, actually. Fuck that, no. But yeah, on stream, I wouldn't want to put anybody through that. I would want people to just be able to enjoy the stream. So, I would just mute people who are being assholes. Well, maybe not being assholes, but saying hateful shit, you know what I mean, bad shit. Just mute people like that. Nobody needs to see that. Stream is supposed to be a pleasant environment. Pleasant environment. See that Bubba isn't actually leaving. Oh, really? Why? What happened? What happened? I'm gladly happy to change the subject. Set up the canary trap flawlessly. I mean, anybody who bought it was a fool, though, because most of the people who talked about it said, "Oh, don't buy him. He's gonna go on sale before he gets removed." So anybody who bought it was just being a fool. Did I say idiot? That's a bit harsh. I meant, like, foolish. It's foolish. Idiot's a bit harsh. I mean, I can understand not wanting to miss out on a character, but pretty much everybody talking about him getting removed said, "Oh yeah, it will be going on sale, so don't worry." Is this guy okay? What's going on? Why that guy, like, I guess he was getting shot from above. No, yeah, but those people that had those really good reps said there will be a sale. You know what I mean? I'm not saying people shouldn't have believed them. I'm saying that people should have believed them and known that there was going to be a sale, so there's no reason to freak out about it. I can't really go around that corner until they spot that SMV. Just gotta chill. Sadly, the Tog does not have armor. It just has health. I'm not proxy spotted. I'm gonna load a gold round. What a hero. That's a tier 6 tank taken out of tier 7. What an absolute legend. That man just... He deserves a medal. He's a battle hero. I can't really go around that corner. And the Tog doesn't really have a speed. If I was in like a more mobile heavy, I'd go around and then take that left path because you have a bit more cover there. I can't really push up. I mean, there's not much I can do. I guess I'll just hold this flank. I mean, are we winning? We're 1,000 hit points up. I guess I can just chill. Very convenient timing. So wait, how do we know that Bubba isn't leaving? How do we know, like, for certain? Did Sid, like... Their arty is very good. Did lose 2. We had 2 tier 7 heavies? That's kind of OP. They only had 1. I guess there's not enough players on the American server, really. To, like, make sure... Oh, my driver's dead. I didn't even notice. Official behavior Twitter account tweeted the words. Wow, they really wanted to snuff that in the bud. Oh, that's funny. That's interesting. Huh. Oh, SMV moved. We can go. Talk time! It's motherfucking talk time! Sneaky eye, yeah. It's motherfucking talk time! Go, talk, go! Go, talk, go! I'm not fast enough for this. So rumor has it the insider was caught, obviously, for leaking the fake info and was executed by the embassy. Okay. Interesting, interesting. There's a T-34-85M here, but I can't really... I mean, I guess I could turn my tank a little bit. I can kill him pretty quickly, though, but I'll probably take a shot. I loaded gold just to make sure I kill this guy. Because it's important I do. Nice. SMV is probably going to need gold, otherwise I can only go through the lower plate, which is... Fuck. I'm going to just fix that. I need to get as close to this cover as I can for the SMV. Yep. Knew it. Fuck. Yeah. He only has 3 shots, though. He has 1 more shot. Nice, I bounced it too. Fuck yeah. He has to reload now for like 20 seconds. Push him. Push, 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 push. Oh, fuck you, Artie. I know where he is, though. It's like right there somewhere. Yeah, I can't do anything. Fuck. I spotted him. Did I hit him blind? I did hit him blind. I hit him twice blind. Yes. New Prime skin is all red. Yes, I love the new Prime skin. It actually has hair that I think will work really well with the Phoenix shirt. Sure was talk time. I think I did what I needed to do in this game. I think that my teammates needed to help me more push that. That SMV should not have been able to come that far around the corner, turn his turret. Their already is good, though. They helped, like, I mean, I lost most of my health to Artie, right? I lost 400 health to Artie. Actually, not that much. I don't think the other Artie could hit me, the M44. I think my team is gonna win this, though. Yeah, we got this. Oh, yeah. I did enough. 1,000 damage, that's not too bad. Actually, 1,000 damage at tier 6 actually is pretty decent. Oh, actually, I did more than that, because I hit the Hummel blind as well. I did, like, 1,200. Like, 1,000 damage, that should put me at, like, top 6 of the team, I would assume. Oh, this SU-152 has played really well. They do have 2 marks excellence, though. They know what they're doing with that thing. Oh, what a miss. Ram him, ram him, ram him, ram him! Ramming speed! Oh, yeah. Nice. Tog time. We get our 4 times victory in the Tog. Love to see it. Love to see it. I guess I could put my Churchill crew in this tank to train them, but then I can't do that while the Churchill's in a battle, though. We'll play the Tog, because it will have somewhat similar gameplay. We'll play the Tog when our Churchill's in-game. Yeah, I got top 3 in damage, honestly. Pretty good, I'll take it. That SU-152 played really well. He's a very good player, though. Very good player. Fair enough. Unless he stat pads. Does he stat pad? Oh, he stat pads. Never mind, not that good of a player. Yeah, he's mostly an arty and... actually, no. WT off Panzer... Actually, wait. You can speak German, right, Gabby? Or anybody else that can, right? This is... So, this is a Waffenträger off Panzer. And then I've heard people pronounce this fear. Right? It's obviously 4 in Roman numerals, but is it pronounced fear? in German? I'm pretty sure I've got the other parts right, though. Waffenträger auf Panzer. Fear. That's what I've heard people call it. I just call it a WT off Panzer, but 4. But I mean, 4 I think is fair. Yep. Okay, yeah, it's interesting. That's interesting that they say fear. Because, I mean, it sounds... Oh, it's veer, not fear. I was thinking, like, fear, like, invokes fear. Obviously, that's not how the word is spelled or the meaning of it, but I like the sound of it, though. Invokes fear. I like German words, though. Like, Waffenträger is fun. That's a fun word. It's pronounced like fear. Oh, okay. Interesting. I like German words, like Jagdpanzer. Although I don't think you say it like that. I don't think you say Jagdpanzer. I don't know how you say that one. You can tell me if you want. But make sure you do it, like, with the pronunciation, so I can read it on text and know how to say it. But Waffenträger is a fun word. Let's be honest. That's a fun word. It's a fun word to say. Alright, so I do want to play this tank today. The reason I want to play this tank today, for anyone who doesn't know, is because tier 6 tanks are the best tanks to grind the battle pass in. 100%, right? If you want to get this battle pass done, you play tier 6 tanks. There's pretty much no reason to play anything else, unless your dailies are hard to do in tier 6 tanks, right? So maybe it's like deal, you know, a couple thousand damage. Then maybe you want to play a tier 10 tank if you don't have that much time. The A you used in Jagdpanzer is written A with 2 dots over the top in German. Okay. Listen, you're trying to teach an American who didn't go to school how to speak a different language. I don't know how far you're going to get here. I don't know how far you're going to get, but I appreciate the attempt. But regardless of that, so the reason I want to play this tier 6 tank in specific, though, is because I would like to try and get every tank that I've ever played to above a 50% win rate. All right, I want to get 51. I played 56 games in the Churchill 7 years ago. I was really bad at the game back then, incredibly bad. This is like one of the first lines I played, trying to get up. I got the Churchill. And what are my stats in this one? 52%. It's actually not that bad. I think I played it a bit after I got better at the game, though. 128 games, but for the Churchill 7, 46% win rate, 350 average experience, real bad. If I want to write down these statistics real quick because I'll probably play quite a bit. So, Churchill 7. I've played how many games? 56. 56 battles. My win rate is 46%. And my average damage is that 500 exactly? And then my average XP is 503. 356. 356. God, that's really bad. It's crazy to see how bad I was back then in terms of just stats. Like, that's terrible, man. It was 503 average damage, right? I like to write them down because it's kind of cool to see. Because it will change quite drastically just today, because I have so few battles in it. Like, I'll pretty much double my battles in this one. Or yeah, just today. So yeah, 503, 356, 503, 356, 46%, 56 games. All right. So I don't think I have a crew is kind of a problem. In terms of modules, I have all the modules actually, which is kind of nice. So I do have to choose what gun I want to use. I did look at this the other day. The Churchill, sadly, this is a pretty bad tank. This is a pretty bad tank. It's not a good tank. Is this all the guns? This is all the guns, yeah. So what gun do I want to use here? So usually as you upgrade a tank, you just get a better gun. First of all, let's not look at the gun. Let's get this other stuff. Oh, it's 5 guns. Fucking hell. So better turret. I assume the better turret is just better. Oh my god, it's so much better. It's incredibly better. Yeah. Oh, you do get more view range too. Wow, that's a lot. Usually the turret actually changes the look of the tank. Yeah, so you can see this one's kind of, I think that's honestly the regular Churchill turret. Then when you upgrade, we'll upgrade the turret, and it'll turn into that one in the picture. Yeah, we got like some treads on the side. I'm pretty sure these count for spaced armor. I'll check that in Tanks GG in a minute. We do have the radio. Do I want to use the upgraded radio? Sometimes they weigh a lot more, and it's not worth it. Very occasionally. But yeah, this radio is better. Radio range doesn't really come into play in this game very often, but it's always worth it checking. 350 engine power versus 300. Not much of an upgrade, but pretty much all the time you want to upgrade everything. Unless you're just trying to speed through to the next tank. But if you're trying to like play the tank, then yeah, you should upgrade everything pretty much always. Usually upgrading tracks first, but it depends. You kind of need to check your load limit, because sometimes you can load a better gun without upgrading the tracks, and you should pretty much upgrade your gun first if possible. But tracks you usually need to do first, that way you can carry the bigger gun. So it's probably better if I do this in Tanks GG, because Tanks GG has a really nice compare feature. We won't be able to show on screen, but that's okay, because unless you play World of Tanks, it's going to be a lot of numbers. And I could explain them, but okay. Should be 5 different types of Churchills, all with different guns. So there is a type of Churchill that you can put one of the guns on it, and it has 3,300 DPM, but that is a derp gun. So it does 370 on average. I assume this derp gun only loads HE. This would be the howitzer. I assume it loads HE only. You can load heat. 110 pen heat at tier 6. How much pen does the Skoda have? Trying to compare it to something. 130. Oof. 110 is going to be rough. And that's loading heat all the time. I don't want to load heat all the time. But I mean, this is not a tank that does well against other heavies, even normally. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the derp gun. Maybe I'll try it a little bit, though. Because, I mean, 3,300 DPM. That's if you pen, though. Which you're not going to pen with HE most of the time. And HE got nerfed really bad, supposedly. But... So the best gun looks like it's pretty much better than this other gun in every way. Which gun is that? That is the Vickers. Vickers HV 75mm. That one just seems worse in every way, so let's just get rid of that. This other gun has much better rate of fire, but it deals a lot less damage, has terrible penetration, but its DPM is 300 higher, which is quite a lot of DPM. The aim time's better. The accuracy's worse, though. The turret traverse accuracy is a lot better. Gun depression 12 degrees. Interesting. Oh, is this gun just a straight upgrade? The reload time is faster, but you deal less damage per shot. You only deal 75 per shot. At tier 6, though, aren't you always... I'm back, welcome back. Aren't you always gonna be not trading efficiently with the Churchill? I mean, like, the TOG doesn't feel like it trades efficiently. And it only deals 150 damage. What happened to the TOG? We won. We won. We did win. We are currently equipping our Churchill now, which is what I'm going to play today. I mean, the highest damage you can get on a Churchill per shot is 140. You're always going to be trading badly. So I genuinely feel like maybe you just commit to the fact that you're not a trading heavy tank and you're more of an all-in or a support heavy tank. And you take a gun that has 14 degree or 12 degrees of gun depression. That's a lot of gun depression. Can you even use it though? Because like, I mean, look at the way this tank is designed. How the fuck are you gonna use that gun depression? Like, you can't really use it over the side of the tank. And over the front of the tank, I mean, you can aim down real well, but your turret is like so far back from the front of your hull, and like these things are so far out. I mean, like look at how far back your turret is from the front. Like so much of your tank's gonna stick over the edge no matter how much gun depression you have. I don't know, I'd have to try it, I feel like. But Tanks GG rates the best gun as the OQF 77 Mark II. So supposedly this is the best gun. It only deals 140 per shot, but the 148 penetration is really nice. And 2000 DPM isn't low. You'd be trading it for so much less DPM. I feel like if you're going to go for anything, you go for the gun that only has 91 penetration and has 2,300 DPM. You get 300 extra DPM. Your accuracy is going to be worse. But your gun handling isn't too bad. But you have 12 degrees of gun depression. That's kind of nice. 12 degrees of gun depression is really nice. I want to try a couple of these guns, honestly. We're going to try a couple. If I use the derp gun, I don't need to use... What kind of equipment can I use on this tank? I think I should be made mod. It's a fight to the death. The turret takes my spot. Oh, shit. Everyone, therefore everyone benefits. Okay. I do kind of want to try the howitzer. I don't think these two guns... Let me check these two guns. The two little tiny guns. I don't really think either one of them is worth using. Or, well, one of them is just better than the other, I think. Which one is it? It's the 75 Mark V and the 6-pounder. 75 Mark V. So this thing has tiny, little bit better penetration. Well, I say tiny, little bit better penetration. 19 millimeters is quite a lot of penetration. Has way better gun handling. Maybe that gun is better. The penetration's gonna be nice, but you lose so much DPM. You deal so much less damage. You reload so fast. What if you just load the gold? What's the gold pen? 180. Oh my god. That's the expensive option. Okay, what gun is that? The 6-pounder. Okay, we're either gonna play with the 6-pounder, the howitzer, or the this one. Let's play with this one first. Because supposedly it's the best one. Supposedly. But I feel like there's some options. This is the one I do see most people using. Then I need a crew. So let's send all these guys to the barracks. I can just click this button, actually. They added this stuff, actually. Oh, no, you can't. Wait. Oh, yeah, send crew to the barracks. Missed it somehow. They added that button. Because it used to be a mod, but then they added it. Because people were like, oh my god, this mod's great. And everybody used it. So in barracks and in vehicles, heavy tanks, all crew members, UK. And then send these guys to the barracks. Because I need to pick a crew that I plan to use. Okay. So I could use my TOG crew. I have to retrain these guys, though. Okay, so do I have anybody that's going to be already trained for this? Nope. I think I sold this crew. Because, again, I played this like 6 years ago, this tank. Okay. So I'm going to have to retrain a new commander. That's a light tank. Oh, it's just... Okay, he was just there. So I could either use this guy. I could use this guy. This guy has a little bit of recon. That's not the worst thing. And he was from my Churchill 1. That's not a bad option. Or I could take George Barton. He's trained for Carnarvon Action 10, which is a premium tank, which you never have your crew trained for premium tanks. Ever heard of Battlefront 2 speedruns? Pretty fun to do. Give it a try. It's just nothing for me to do right now on it. Because I mean, if you break some of the records, I'd be more tempted to play it again. No promises, but I mean, I have all the ILs and I have the any percent. The only thing I plan to do is the Resurrection DLC when I do eventually come back to it. I do plan to, but I'm not in any rush, really. I did a lot of it recently. I know it's not the same, but there is lots of VODs saved. You can go and watch those if you want. But I know it's not the same as a live stream, right? So I can understand not wanting to. But breaking a speedrun is no easy work. No, it isn't. It isn't. Yeah, that's for sure. Better get on that. Yeah. Want to do ILs prepare for frustration? It depends which ones you do. It depends which one you do. In Soldier, that is... Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true, yeah. In Explorer, I mean... Dying in Explorer is, like, almost impossible. It's really fucking difficult. Crazy how much of a difference it is. It's honestly, like, easy mode. But that is what I speedrun it, so... In Battle of Endor... Oh, God. Battle of Endor seems hell with... Like, on Soldier. Also, Dauntless... Oh, yeah. You're gonna have to clear out all those enemies. I don't envy that. I don't envy that. But I'm excited to see how low you can get the times. Because I think they can be quite fast. But it is going to be frustrating. I do have a new crew here. Maybe I just take them. I'm going to take them. This is like, these are the TOG guys I have. I'm going to take them because they're 100%. I can retrain them for 90. Which isn't too bad. I got one shot. Yeah, you can get one shot as the droid for some reason. I think the droid has a headshot hitbox. To be honest. I think that's what it is. Alright. We have got our crew. They are 90%, which kind of sucks, but that's okay. Okay. We've got our gun. I need to set up equipment. What do I put on this tank? Oh, I need to, what thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Tanks GG. And I'm going to compare this tank to heavy tank number 6. Let's see. Sorry, I was looking for it. Because I have played heavy tank number 6 quite a lot, so it'll give me something to compare it to. If you do play World of Tanks, this is my best. If you're ever learning a new tank, find a tank at the same tier and same type, roughly, that you've played, because you're going to go up against the same enemy tanks, if you think about it, right? You're going to go up against the same enemies, like you're going to go up against the same tanks, because you're playing a similar tier, hopefully, that you compare it to. And so you'll know, you know what I mean? Okay, this tank has 160 millimeters of penetration. This tank has 180. That tank, I can't usually penetrate. Maybe now I can. Oh, that tank I can easily penetrate. So you know you will with the other tank as well, right? So you can compare it and all the stats, right? Like, oh, my DPM is usually good compared to this tank. So on that tank, it will still be good. So you can kind of know. So it's actually got the same penetration pretty much as a heavy tank number 6, which heavy tank number 6 usually has pretty good pen. It has a lot less damage, though. That's the thing. The Churchill has terrible damage per shot, so you can't really trade effectively. You need to kind of all-in people. But its reload's quite fast, so it does end up having pretty similar DPM. And heavy tank number 6 doesn't have terrible DPM, so that's kind of a good thing. 4 degrees of gun depression. Kind of bad. It does have 35 dispersion, a little bit better at sniping. I honestly think heavy tank number 6 is pretty decent at sniping. A little bit better turret traverse dispersion, but same gun handling overall. But it is even slower than heavy tank number 6, which is kind of shocking because heavy tank number 6 is slow as fuck. But it does have a lot better ground resistances. The turret traverse is so much better. Heavy tank number 6 has terrible turret traverse. The tank traverse, however, very bad, even worse. The off-road, the ground resistances aren't bad. The armor, however, heavy tank number 6 has terrible armor. They have same health, so I will be just as sturdy, pretty much. View range is worse, but that's okay. The armor is a lot better, though. And I think the Churchill actually does have some decent armor. If you angle, problem is they can shoot directly into your hull, which is kind of a problem. But if you angle, you can actually over-angle like crazy. I think I need to over-angle. I think the thing is with the Churchills is that you need to know how much you can angle. And I mean, dude, you can over-angle like a motherfucker. And it'd be so hard for people to pen you. This thing has some pretty crazy armor, actually. For a not great tank, that's pretty crazy armor, if you know how to use it. It's funny, because the little plates on the side... here, I'll show you guys. So... So I was so frustrated with the level. No, that's fair enough. I already named the second split there frustration. Yeah. That is fair. So these little plates here, these little like tracks, these little like extra tracks, spare tracks you have on the tank, they actually count as armor. So right here, right above it, is only 95, but actually if you shoot right here, it's 115, right? Which is significant. That's actually like 20 millimeters of armor there, which is quite a lot. And the same thing here, it's like an extra 20 millimeters. So you like all these things are modeled. It's really cool how they do the armor and stuff. But if I angle a tank like this, there's pretty much no chance anybody can fucking pen me. Like, it's actually crazy. I basically need to come around the corner just like this. I wanted to look at my heavy tank number 6. What kind of equipment do I have on it? Hardening device, vents, gun rammer. Interesting. Interesting. Gun rammer. This is a DPM tank. Gun rammer's just an absolute no-brainer. Rotation mechanism, I'm thinking about. I think vents is probably a good idea. I'm not going to use coated optics. This isn't a sniper tank. I'm not going to be able to get the view range good. It's not like heavy tank number 6 even has worse view range, or better view range than this, and that view range isn't even good. Like, if I look at heavy tank number 6, what's my view range up to? I have recon, I have brothers in arms, I have situational awareness. 409, I mean, that's pretty bad. God, this Churchill's gonna be blind as a bat. That's okay. Unless I put, like, coated optics on. I really don't want to put coated optics on, though. Seems like a waste. Some people would say turbocharger, because it is a, what, 20% increase? Because 10% would be 2, right? Because it can go 20 miles per hour. The turbocharger would be a 20% increase in top speed. I don't know, man. I don't value turbochargers at all. But, I mean, some of the good players really love them. They say they're really, really good. I don't know. I feel like some tanks, no matter how fast you make them, they're always going to be slow. And if they're always slow, then in practicality, it doesn't do anything. You know what I mean? So... that's kind of how I feel about that, but I mean, I'm not a very good player sometimes, so... well, most of the time. For right now, let's just put 2 pieces of equipment on. I think the gun rammer and vents is kind of a no-brainer. Maybe I'd drop the vents, but I feel like the gun rammer is basically a no-brainer. No matter what gun you use, it's going to be good. Actually, what's the reload rate of the, what's the reload rate of the howitzer? 7 seconds? Not that bad. Alright. Let's load some ammunition, shall we? This gun has 148 pen, same as the heavy tank number 6. That's honestly fine. Maybe I'll bring like 10 HE rounds. 40 of these, 30 of those. 44. That should be more than enough. That should be good. Let's do that. And then consumables, as always, for the cheap shit. I'm a free-to-play player. We go for the cheap shit around here. And then we need a style, and then we're ready to go. I've not played this tank in years. Let's go for something simple. Let's not go for socks all over our tank. That looks like a fucking mess. Holy shit. Or like a Van Gogh painting. Let's just go for a nice, simple. I like it. Let's go for that. Doesn't need to be extravagant. Let's do it. We'll see how this goes. So I'm not sure about how I feel for the guns for this tank. I feel like the other 2 guns could potentially be good. This isn't a bad situation. Oh, it kind of is, actually. Fuck, there's a Tog on the enemy team. Okay, I need to remember to angle my armor as much as possible. Like, this tank, you need to remember to angle. Otherwise, it's fucking trash. This map is terrible. This is a good matchup, but it's a terrible map because... well, 1, the enemy team has 3 top tier 7 heavies, which is really bad. And 2, this map is usually a trading heavy map. I mean, most maps are Heavies usually just trade with each other. The other route I could go is to go over to the left, which is what I'm going to do because I think it's the smarter play. But I'm too fucking slow. And there's a chance that I won't make it into the dip, and I'm just going to die. Even if I do make it into the dip, I have 4 degrees of gun depression, so it's not like I can work the dip. So I'm basically just committing. And just going to go down there, and I'm probably going to die in there. But that's okay. Hopefully we'll do stuff. That gun depression is not great. It doesn't feel like 4 degrees, though. That's interesting. So different tanks must kind of have different gun depression, even if they have the same amount. Because this tank is going to have to put so much of its front hull over the corner, right? Where your turret is actually positioned is pretty important. Because you're going to have to put so much of your hull over the hill that... Look at that view range. Holy fuck. I mean, that's without Brothers in Arms, Recon, Situational Awareness, and a 90% Commander. So it does make sense. But still, that's atrocious. I'm not going to be able to see my hands in front of my face. So... Well, first we take the dip. I have to commit to the dip. Oh, there's a fucking auto-loading heavy in there. My team is not going to help me, are they? Okay, I can't commit to the dip. I lied. I'm going to get spotted there because my camo sucks because I'm a heavy tank. Yep. Oh, he's pushing. Interesting. God, I feel so helpless. My tank traverse is actually not as bad as I thought it'd be. It's slow, though. But if I get a 100% driver, that's actually not too bad. The rotation mechanism, probably not needed. Nice. That VZ seems like a decent player. He's using good gun depression there. I mean, I could all in him, but he's a tier higher heavy tank, and I need help. And I don't know if these guys are ready to help me. I also don't know if I'll make it in there without getting shot. I'm gonna poke my little tracks around the corner. See if I get spotted. Maybe the bushes cover me. I'm gonna shoot. I did get spotted, so somebody's there. I might have hit him the first time, actually. I think I did hit him, yeah. I did hit him. Okay, hit him a couple times. Blind, that's pretty nice. He fired one shot. Do you think he'll... Oh, wait, no, the VZ isn't actually a fucking autoloader. I always forget. It's a single shot. I don't know if the VZ has good DPM. Oh, this T-21 is doing something silly. It's just as many health points. There's lost two shots to that guy because he's... Because he fired gold at me, which is kind of unfortunate, but... That's what it is. Can't reverse too much. I gotta be sure not to reverse too much. I guess side scraping this tank is probably not too bad. Oh yeah, side scraping is actually nasty. Because I can just do this. They're not gonna pen that unless they shoot me in the turret. I do like 140 per shot, right? Yeah. But actually, this is a pretty slow match. Usually matches at low tier don't go this slow. This is slow. I'm not hating. I do prefer the slower matches, honestly. Not too slow, but slower. I don't know how much gun depression he has. He's gonna hit me hard if he does hit me. It's gonna hit for like 200, 140 something. F-58's trying to shoot me. Side scrape it up. I can just keep shooting. There's the Type 58. I think I hit him once, yeah. I hit him once blind. A lot of tanks over here. This is good. We're holding up a lot of their team. We're actually farming their team. That E-25, I mean, he's a Nasty little cockroach, but not the player, but the tank. There's the VZ. Nice shot by the ARL. That was a good shot. Oh no, we can't push now. We can't push. No push now, not happening. Okay, we're holding up a lot of their team here, though. As long as our team does well on the other flank, we're 1,000 hit points up. This is going well. Just hold. Just hold. Keep firing some blind shots in there. Nice shot. This guy might push. He's stuck there now. No, be careful, my man. No, ARL, don't do that. Just retreat, 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 retreat. Don't be greedy. Nice shot. I over-angled. My bad. God, can you kill this fucking M6? Why? Who the fuck is shooting at him? You can't pen him? You're a tiger! What are you shooting him with? What the fuck is happening? Oh, that's bad. What is he shooting him with? Can I pen that? Can I hit that VZ from here? I can't. Oh, he can probably hit me from here. How the fuck did that hit? How did it pen? Oh my god. Am I getting lucky or is this gun really accurate? I don't think I can hit him now. No pen. Oh, you are not doing that, are you? Okay. I was like, what are you doing? I can peek this, actually. I'm peeking this. Oh, you're lucky, you're lucky, you're lucky. If he does that again, I'm gonna peek him. He could pen me if he comes around the corner. I think he probably can just shoot me in the turret. The turret's not that thick, I don't think. Let's try it. I reload so much faster than you, though. Oh, I broke my engine. No, he's gonna get another shot now. Please, repair. Repair. Oh my god, it blocked it somehow. Oh my god. I just instinctively, as soon as I lost movement, I was like, oh, repair the tracks. It wasn't the tracks that were broken. This guy's proxy spotting me, though. That was stupid going for the second shot. It took me too long to get in position. I can definitely do 2 shots for every single one of his. Nice shot. This M2Y is not as bad as I thought he was. That first thing he was doing was pretty bad. I wanted to come around that corner. If my engine was repaired, I would have done it. But with no engine, it's pretty bad. We lost vision on that VZ. Now I can't peek him. Is he going to get bored, though? That's the question. Artillery's trying to get an angle. Nice try, buddy. I'm loading a premium round for this one. This shot has to go in. Next time I shoot at him. The Nash Hornet is he's just big balling it. He's just going. We gotta go. Nope, we don't gotta go. I lied. Fuck. That's not good. Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna be proxy spotted anymore. What do we do now? I mean, I can move now, though. Is there any situation where I can go help my team more? Nice. That's a dead dog. For close games like this, you use premium rounds. Just saying. Maybe not for like super pinpoint accurate shots like that. How could you do that to the Tog? Listen, it's an enemy Tog. They only have 2 heavy tanks left. Push Artie. Yep. We win this. Alright. We did everything we had to do. 1,000 damage, I'll take that. Not a top tier heavy. I think I was just getting lucky with those first 2 Cupola snipes. This gun doesn't seem very accurate. I don't think I saw good accuracy on it. Okay, let's stop wasting money right now. It's just terrible waste of money. I don't know the capabilities of this gun, though. I don't know if it can actually... Oh, one of the Artie is there. Oh, he's farming the VZ. That should be GG once he kills him. He can't see him. He's just like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. Need to do something. Oh, I almost stole that kill. Alright, now that he's gone, we can go this way. I'm not gonna throw the match. I'm not gonna do anything stupid, but I can get out here now. God, this tank is slow. He's still just sitting there. I mean, to be fair, I sat in the same position the whole time. Now we converge on our prey. Can he kill me in one shot? I'm not sure how much damage he has. The fuck is he going? He's leaving. The turret actually seems kind of thick. Headshot. Oh, the ram kill. Let's go. GG. That was a good first game. That was a good first game. Side scraping, I didn't even think about for some reason. I'm not sure why that just like completely didn't cross my mind. But yeah, this thing's gonna be nasty for side scraping. I think the turret is actually thick enough, because that's one of the problems with the Tog and kind of the heavy tank number 6 too, is that it's we'll never know if he can kill you in one. I can check. Let's see. Yeah, I lost money for that, though. If I had a premium account, I wouldn't have lost money. I shot a lot of premium rounds, but most of those were snipes. The premium rounds I did use, I think, were well used and would have been fine. But I did, like, those sniping with premium rounds was kind of a waste. I assume it's this gun that's the best gun. Oh, yeah, he could easily kill me in one. Although I don't think he had the 320 alpha damage one. I think he had the 240. I'm pretty sure. Oh, he has terrible DPM. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I did not know much about the VZ. It is, well, it's not that new, but it's new to me. What do people think the best gun on the VZ is? The 320 alpha damage one, yeah. I don't think he had 320 alpha though. Actually, it shows in the battle report, doesn't it? Oh, he had the 220. He had stock, actually. One of them had stock, and the other guy had the 250 alpha. So neither of them had the best gun. Yeah, this guy had the stock gun. This guy had the slightly upgraded gun, but none of them had this gun. The reason we're seeing so many of these tanks is because it's Top of the Tree, which is an event they do every month, where 2 tanks get selected to 2 tank trees, and you get like tons of rewards. And it's like the grind is like massively reduced if you play those tanks, or if you like play them, buy them, purchase things with them, that kind of thing. Like with credits, not with real money. So that's the reason why we're seeing so many VZs, or like Skoda T25s or Skoda T24s, right? Like, and then TNH 105s, 1000s. Like, as you play higher tiers, you're going to see a lot more of these specific tanks, which can be a little toxic at times, depending on what the tanks are. But, well, I mean, everybody's just playing it for a good time, right? But if it's like not a fun tank to play against, seeing a lot of them is not fun, right? We went up by no percent. Never mind. I thought I went up by 1%, but because events. I got like 2,000 XP though. That's not too bad. 7 battle points. Actually, wait. I didn't even look at how well I did. I was just happy we won that one, to be honest. Oh yeah, 1,900 damage. I actually did a lot blind, I think. I did 3 shots on the M4A1 FL, and I did 3 shots on the Type 58 as well. So quite a few blind shots. I knocked out his engine too, or well, Orange did at least. Yeah, look at that. First class medal as well. T29 did well. E25 did well. I got top experience though. Look at that experience. That's because I was shooting higher tier tanks. That's gonna be the main reason why. I was shooting tier 7s, doing damage to tier 7s, killing tier 7s, right? Which is gonna make a big difference. Oh, my ears bothering me. So yeah, I got tons of experience. Hell yeah, that's a great first game. Great first game. I want to see side scraping, but I can look at that while we load into the next match. If I look at this tank while side scraping, oh, I wanted to look at the turret more so. I think this thing is actually not as bad as people say. Maybe it's, I mean, like, oh, side scrape with this thing, it's kind of disgusting, honestly. Like, and the turret's actually pretty good. You need about 150 pen to go through it reliably. You know, like 160. You're gonna need like 160 pen to go through it reliably, and that's front facing. You can't pen the top of it pretty easily, though. That's kind of unfortunate. If somebody's like the same size as you, they can pen the bar at the top, which is kind of not nice. The cupola on top is actually not even a weak point, really. Kind of a bait. But side scraping is insane. There is that mid plate, though. It's actually funny because it's a bait as well. That's the thing, man. You have to look at these armor models. You really do. Hype for the second game of the stream. Yeah. Oop, well, I'm a little slow. This is a great map for us. Great map. We're a top tier tank against tier 4s. This is disgusting. These tier 4s are never going to know what hit them. I feel a little bad, but then again, you live and you learn, right? Well, you die and you learn. But I am very slow. But the thing is, right? This battle in this town, well, I guess, I don't know. I don't rate turbos as much, man. I don't rate turbos as much as maybe I should. Tier 4 match is going to be crazy. Yeah, I mean, if I find a lot of targets. This isn't a great map for finding, like, targets because it depends how many people go to the city. I mean, if their whole team goes to the city, I honestly might be able to kill them all. But more likely than not, I'm going to find the Tiger 131 and the VK 36081H, which are decent tanks, and we're going to have like a pretty even fight with those two, and then I'm going to kill them, and then I'm not going to see another tank for the whole match. That's more than likely what's probably going to happen. Which is okay. It is painfully slow. I mean, I'm not even going 20. I'm going 12. The thing is that it does also increase your engine power, the turbocharger, which is kind of nice. But I was going up slope. Okay, we got a couple other tanks. Oh, there's the Excelsior, too. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that the game isn't actually very fairly matched because I don't think there's as many people on the American servers. There's actually a lot of tanks here. We're going to lose the town. If they're super aggressive, we lose here. Yeah, if they're super aggressive, we lose. Because there's just so much more of them than there are of us. Oh. Fuck. What? Oh, fuck. Couldn't even get into position. Move, motherfucker. Try to shoot things. Where's this guy? I think he's about to come around that corner. Dude, this armor is actually really nice. Can I shoot him? I can't shoot him. Trying to help my team, but yeah, this guy's just farming our guys. Really? Fuck. Guess I just have to let my team worry about that. Can't worry about everything. Nice shot. I'm losing all my health. Oh, this is not good. I didn't even get into position. I guess that's where turbocharger would be nice. I wish I had the other gun. The DPM would be insane right now. Fuck! Badge. We could have done more there. I was too slow. There was too many of them. And I shouldn't have turned around for that guy behind me. I just wanted to help my team, and I didn't trust my tier 4s to take care of him, and they didn't. He just ran rampant. These guys camped in base, which is unfortunate. The rest of my team just died fucking everywhere. Don't know what happened. I mean, I did 1,500. I was blocking good damage. I just didn't get to the battle. I mean, maybe with a turbo we would have been okay, you know what I mean? With a turbo I would have been up there in their faces, like bullying them a little bit more, keeping my teammates alive, you know what I mean? I guess so. I don't know though. I mean, like, how much is a turbo really gonna increase my speed? Because like, it's hard because turbo is kind of a thing that you need to put on the tank to see how well it does, because mobility is so much, like, so much feeling, if that makes sense. It's a lot of feeling. Because there's a lot of things that go into it. And my power to weight doesn't even, like, it doesn't even go up a whole number, man. It doesn't even go up a whole number. Like, it goes up by 0.7. Which is, my top speed goes up by 4, but I mean, am I able to get to that top speed? That's the thing, I'd have to try it. And trying it is incredibly expensive. So, I think for tanks in the future, I mean, I tried. Me and the T-150 tried. These guys got crazy amounts of damage. They farmed my team. Fair play to him. I mean, this guy's a good, well, he's an experienced player. He's a great player, but no offense to him, but dude, this guy's very new. This guy started playing 7 days ago. He started playing a week ago. He's owning. Look at him go. What a gamer. Not doing very well at tier 6 though. He's losing the majority of his games. But he's still doing good. Real gamer. Yeah, a week ago he's already got like 500 battles, man. This guy's gaming. This guy is actually gaming. It's crazy. Maybe the turbo would be a good call. I don't really feel like I need gun handling. The gun handling actually feels really nice on this tank. I feel like gun handling would be a waste of a slot, like a rotation mechanism, but the tank traverse is really slow. Maybe a durability module? I mean, this tank will lose its tracks quite often, won't it? Maybe it won't, actually. This is a tier 8 heavy game. Or actually, there's only one tier 8 heavy, the Carnarvon. And the Carnarvon does have kind of bad hull armor. I'll probably have to load premium rounds for him, but I don't think the Carnarvon has great penetration. He might load gold rounds for me, though. Tiger 131 on the enemy team. Object 244. I don't know anything about an Object 244. It's kind of bad. Should I go to the heavy flank? How many heavies do we have? We only have the one as well. We have BZ-176. If he's going to the heavy flank, then I'll go with him. He doesn't really look like he knows what he's doing. Maybe. Look at how fast he is. He's... Oh, no. Oh, I don't think I don't like our chances in this one. Oh, I don't like his chances in this one at all. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I think that's somebody who is very new or very bad, who gambled a lot in the loot boxes and got themselves a little busy. Where the fuck are they even going? What's their plan? I think you can tell that they don't have one. Oh god, the object's already fucking rushed one flank. We're fucked. This game's over. This game is over. The BZ came to the heavy flank eventually. We've got two of our top tiered tanks are sitting in the back sniping. The ISU, fair enough. The UDES though? A UDES? And you're not gonna go to the fucking... I mean, to be fair, they just farmed this guy. Fuck, I'm getting farmed. I think I'm dead. Look at that gun depression. With the other gun, I might actually be able to hit. Oh, nice shot. Thank you. This guy might shoot me, though. Please shoot him. Please shoot him. I can't pen him. Okay, I played pretty bad so far. That's okay. Okay, so... You know how I said I didn't think our chances are very good? Somehow the enemy team was worse. I'm not sure how that's possible, but it was possible. So I shouldn't have judged. I shouldn't have been so quick to make decisions there. You know what? I feel bad. I take back everything I said. This team is god tier. I mean, I've done fucking nothing, so they're better than me. Them sitting back there, they did farm up those heavies. I don't think that's a great position for a UDES, but you know what? It worked out well. It doesn't mean it's a good play, but it did work out well for him. So in this match in specific, can't really hate too much. A lot of gold rounds. Trust the process, yeah. That E25 just died for no reason. No gun depression makes this position kind of hell, and there is one artillery. It's not great. Also, no view range. I really don't know why I'm up here, but I just didn't really know where else to go. I guess I could have just pushed through the mid. Also, the TVP was in that bush, right? Oh, I hit him. I hit him there. Didn't hit him with that one. Trying to blind fire him. No, that's hitting the rock. Fuck. Too much rock. It's like a bit of rock here. Oh! I think that hit. Maybe? I'm gonna shoot like 5 more. 4 more. Moved. See, that missed. Okay, we're done. We'll check after the match if I actually hit him. Oh, there's a Cheery. don't know where my shots are going, but do they think that I think someone's there? Nobody there. I guess he was blind firing the M4. A lot of our team died somehow. I'm not really sure how, but if I go around the right side, I'm probably gonna find the... Wherever I go, I'm not gonna be able to move very much. I haven't played very well this match, but I don't know. I feel kind of lost. I don't really know what to do with this tank very much. Last match, I ended up just putting myself in a good position. I think I got kind of lucky. Oh, okay, we need to turn around now. I need to load gold probably for this Object 274A. Fuck, I wish I was there now. That's the thing about being this slow. Oh god, that tank traverse is bad. I don't have a 100% crew. Maybe once I get a 100% crew, it'll be better. Maybe it's mostly the off-road traction loss, which you can't... I mean, you can change it with grousers, but... Is the TVP... Okay, so I didn't hit the Chiri with any of my shots. Did I hit the TVP? Maybe. Maybe not. I have no view range either, that's the problem. Aimed to bad. Object 274A left. Oh, I can get shots on him. He got shot, he's gonna have to move. He's backing up. Good play. Shot. You think you're just doing to shoot that position? I think the blind shots were good, but god, that gun depression's so bad. I can't do that. What can I do? I can just sit behind this wall. Nice shot. Actually, good cover here. Oh my god, the gun depression. 4 degrees is not enough. That ISU is not in a good spot. Did he spot me? Didn't. Spotted him. Maybe I spotted him? Maybe I'm enough in this bush? Maybe this bush really is that thick. I think we're gonna lose this. That sucks. We still have 2 tier 8 tanks left. I didn't get spotted? The fuck? Really weird. Oh, okay, his turret wasn't around the corner, that's why. Fuck. Let's try Mr. RT. Nice job. Fuck, I can't gun depress. Nice shot. I'm gonna get RD'd now, though. Oh, they already shot at somebody else. Fuck it, I'm going to their base! Nah, that's never gonna work. They're too fast. It's unfortunate, because I'm that slow. Oh, I got spotted by the TVP, probably. Means I'm just dead. Yeah, there's the already shot. I could have done better this game. I did pretty